Everyone manages his life. Someone goes to the open ocean to open new places. And someone chooses to stay where peace and silence are. Palmerston Island is a lost world with only 27 inhabitants. Is it a paradise or trap? What is better for those who were born here?
Good morning, everyone. We have a new episode on the Captain German Exploring channel. We are currently heading to Palmerston Atoll. I'd like to remind you that the atoll belongs to the state of Cook Island. Over there in the distance you can see a strip. It's the island of Aitutaki. We have 200 miles ahead.
These are the waves rolling.
In general, I hope we'll get there quickly, and by tomorrow evening we'll be on Palmerston. We completed all the paperwork, got permission to visit the atoll, so we are fully prepared. We bought a little food and set off. And for now, this is what it all looks like. We are having an issue with the internet during the transfer. It seems there are no satellites here because it tries to find one and says it's offline, there is no signal, and I've even put the dish in transport mode. In general, it doesn't want to work here, it just stands like this. And thinks that the satellites are somewhere there. But that's all untrue, there are no satellites there. But they disappeared completely, nowhere to be found.
Well, they seem to be nowhere at all. Maybe we will come to this Palmerston and he will catch something there.
I thought it would be harder to pull at such a speed, but it seems there's something very small there.
As you ordered.
Yellowfin!
Well, great.
Well, wonderful.
Yellowfin is a magnificent tuna. Wonderful.
Well, good morning. The night passed without any incidents. I had 2 shifts with Dina. Dina took the first from 8 to 11, I from 11 to 2, then Dina from 2 to 5, and now I have the next shift. What can be said is that on watch, if you understand what's happening, like how the boat works, how the sail works, you hear all the thuds, hear the turns, you can sleep. That is, if something goes wrong, you just get up and you take some measures. Adjust the course. We kept the course so that our angle didn't exceed 160 degrees apparent. Because at 160, with such big waves, the sail starts flapping. And if it flaps, it will eventually tear. We have waves coming from both sides. We have these big ones catching up from behind. This is swell, and wind waves coming from our port side. Overall, it's fine. The only issue is that the temperature is beyond good and evil now. It's getting cold, which is hard for me to bear. We are around 20 degrees south, It's not really cold yet. It's about 20 at night. We have 19 to 20 degrees temperature. But with the wind, which is cold, it's quite chilly. You can see how I'm dressed. Waterproof, vest, hat, a warm blanket under which I sleep.
But for us folks, it's sunrise time. Look how beautiful it is.
This is your life and you're the one who writes the story. Fate will take you where you steer, your path to glory. No more waiting, now the time is here, it's real, it's now. Clocks keep ticking, who can tell how long they'll allow. This is your life, and you're the one who writes the story. Fate will take you where you steer, your path to glory. No more waiting now, the time is here, it's real, it's now. Clocks keep ticking, who can tell how long they'll allow. How long they'll allow.
Oh, well, after such a long night, how can you go without a cup of coffee in the morning? Cappuccino? Ah, tasty. When we were at the supermarket on Itutaki, we bought samosas. Very cool thing. These little triangles. They are frozen. You just put them on a frying pan. About 5 minutes on one side, a couple of minutes on the other. And that's it. You can eat them very quickly and conveniently. Especially for times when talking a lot. Sweet sauce. Great. Go ahead and try. I
was rocking while I was doing there.
Doesn't usually happen. So we have 20 miles to Palmerston. Since it's an atoll and most likely a low atoll, it won't be visible from 20 miles away. I think that around 10 miles, a stripe might be visible when we rise up on a wave. And the closer we get, the clearer and clearer it will become. At 5 miles, it should be visible. It should be good. One circle is 5 miles. So, roughly speaking, it's already 17 miles to the edge of the atoll. And the main settlement is somewhere down here. Well, I can already see the atoll. 10 miles to the middle. So about 8 miles to the atoll itself. And there's a thick line just above the horizon. I'll show you the horizon. But you probably won't see anything there anyway. Well, can you already see the strip with the forest? That's the atoll, and it's big. With another part to the right. It's this kind of atoll. It's about 5 miles long, so you can't say it's really small.
This is your life, and you're the one who writes the story.
And this is the closest motto of this island atoll. A little further to the left is the one we need. That's where the settlement actually lives. We can't go to the right now because the wind is blowing. We'll end up on a downwind leg. And with such waves, it's very difficult. So to prevent our sail from flying over, we will go and then change the tack at about 160 degrees to the wind.
Island radio, Palmerston Island radio, sailing vessel Mushu calling. Do you read me? Over. Good day, sir. This is a sailing vessel Mushu. We are about 5 nautical miles away, so approximately in 1 hour we'll be at Anchorage Place. Over.
Okay, my friend, you can just come up to the small passage. Someone will there to do direct you in.
Okay, perfect. So I think I need about 1 hour, maybe less. Over.
Okay, my friend. Cheers. Stand by 16.
Stand by 16.
Well, they're waiting for us. Our maps are fantastic. You see, we are driving right across the atoll. This won't scare us. The ceiling is on the right side.
And now there's this smell of tropical islands. It's unmistakable. Even if you don't see the islands, you can always sense it. There's a hint of spicy spices, flowers, something like that. You breathe in and feel that it's a tropical island. We have already driven up to the shore and called the guys on the radio. There, a small boat is coming. And somewhere around here, we will stop. But the thing is, the depth here is probably about 300 meters beneath us. And there's a very steep drop that happens quickly. It's a bit scary to stay close to the shore. Rockets are speeding towards us. In short, folks, this is just a mess. So here we are now. We have a depth of around 60 meters here. We started dropping the anchor at 50 meters. Then we moved back and caught the anchor at 12. Then it became 15, 18, 20, and we are anchored on 40 meters of chain. So they clearly know there is some spot here where the anchor is dropped. Now you can clearly see how we're positioned. Right here below us is 50 meters. And look over there where the chain goes. You can see a coral reef. It's a big coral head, probably about 50 meters high. And our chain is laid out along the entire length of this head. So, port authorities have come to us now. Hello! This lady is from port authorities. She will fill all the forms, all the papers. Hello! And Bob is delivering us to the left. Okay.
I don't need. You can go and change.
The choice is yours, set sail or find a place to stay. Chase new horizons or let the waves guide your way. Roam through the world, let every journey shape your view. Or find your own Palmerston, where life feels calm and true.
Hello.
That is my mother. Her name is Tupo, and
What's your name?
Tupo. Would you guys like a drink?
No, it's fine.
Drink or something? Yeah.
No, it's fine, thank you.
Okay. So this is Palmerston Island.
Who lives here?
There is around 27 people here.
27.
Yes.
Mostly born here or?
Yes, mostly.
I heard that you have a school here.
Yes, it is called Palmerston Lucky School.
Okay, and how many kids? Yeah.
There is 9 kids altogether.
9 kids now, but it's it's okay for 27 people.
Yeah.
What is this?
This is the telecom Vodafone where you get your internet.
Ah, so you have like Wi-Fi here, and you can. Is it good Wi-Fi?
Yes,
It's fast.
yes. And sometimes it goes on and off during the day, so we can't really get out to the world sometimes.
It's because of weather.
Sometimes, or it could be the connection in Rarotonga, because they are also helping us out with the connection here.
Do you collect copra?
We used to do copra, but now and then we don't do it anymore because now we sell fish.
Uh-huh. Okay. And how it works? What do you do with the fish? You need to preserve it somehow.
Yes, so once we catch the fish, we fillet it, we clean it, and from there we wrap it and we sell it to our buyers in Rarotonga.
Uh-huh. But you keep it in frozen or?
Yes, we keep it frozen.
Uh-huh. Okay, I understand. You have just rods.
Pardon?
You have rods. Like the vase.
Oh yes, the boat.
Not to get lost on the way, huh?
How many buildings? On
Over
island?
20 buildings, I think.
So like almost one per one person.
Yes, sometimes, but most of the buildings are wrecked and all rusted down.
Uh-huh. But how many buildings where the people live?
Around 6 buildings people live in now.
Mm-hmm. And infrastructural, like a school?
Infrastructural, as in...
I mean like a school, like some public houses.
I don't really know.
Okay.
Palmerston Atoll was discovered by Captain Cook in 1774. Since it was uninhabited at the time, Cook's expedition chose not to land. The first recorded landing on the atoll by Cook took place in 1777, 3 years after its discovery. The ancient name of Palmerston Atoll in the Polynesian language means Bay of 200 Entrances. The atoll consists of 11 motus, or small islets. The largest of them is called Home, which makes sense, as it is the only island where people live. All the other motus either have no vegetation at all or only a very limited amount. The total land area of all the motus is 2.6 square kilometers. And as of today, only 27 people live on the atoll. This is the lowest population in the island's recorded history. Of these 27 residents, 9 are children who attend the local school. Afterward, they usually move to Australia or New Zealand, where they continue their education and build their future. We are treated to delicious food here.
The other side with the plate.
Too late.
Just help yourself.
Some cold drink and juice.
Can you pour me some rice, please?
We enjoy because the South Africa won, beat New Zealand.
Ah, okay. Celebration?
Yeah, celebration.
Cannot, he has allergy for cats.
No, it's like no. If it is like this one, it's fine. I just mean if I touch myself, it's like.
Oh.
You have water supply and electricity supply in the houses. Ready for hurricane season. Out days.
This is a school. 9 people are now studying here at this school.
This is where we do our science and arts and stuff. But recently now it's into a storage room right now.
Uh-huh.
This is the kitchen and the toilet. And the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
This room is the ABC room. It's for the preschoolers and kindergarten kids. Little kids, yep.
Uh-huh.
And down here is the outdoor multi-purpose classroom. It's for the seniors, intermediates, and newcomers. This is the playground, and inside is the greenhouse.
Ah, you have a greenhouse as well for a school, for a study, like. Uh-huh.
We have boats. We each
So kids learn to sing. Wow.
Each individual kid, they have their own boat and their own name for their boat. And as for me, I take the very big one.
Okay.
This, what's the name of it?
We call it the Mac for now.
Mac, like in a bag. Uh-huh.
Where do you go? Like on this side of the island?
Yes, we just go to the front and we want to go around.
Some competition and stuff?
Yes, we have competitions every once a week. Every individual child has their own desk. In front here is the teacher's section. And further after that is the principal's section. We have the map of Palmerston and we have various.
Did you study here?
Yes, I studied.
In this class?
Yes, I
Where is your table?
My table is the very middle one of these 3 tables here.
Uh-huh. So, it's yours.
This one is mine.
Oh, nice. May I look your books? Ah, dictionary and Bible. Okay.
What are these stars? Is it like good marks or something?
These stars, I think once a week, or basically every week, the principal, the teachers, they give us a small piece of paper. This one. It's called a privilege card. They sign it if we do good, and once we cash it in, they give us stars.
Ah, and
Once we get our stars, at the end of the year, we have an auction, and the stars we get, we turn it into money.
Okay.
so it is a good way to earn money.
motivation,
Good
huh?
motivation.
You're
I see.
doing well, huh?
I see somebody not really motivated.
She recently left.
Ah, okay, that's a reason. So that's when it's stopped.
During the year, we usually have competitions to who has the most stars and who will get the most money at the end of the year.
Do you have a contract for teachers who come?
Yes, we do.
Football platform. Here children play football.
We didn't really clean it last time. This is the ABC room.
For small kids.
And on this section is the library, and the section on the right side is the... Okay. Look at the library. Yes.
Do you have any animals on the island?
Yes, we have 2 cats and pretty much just, 2 cats.
No dogs.
No dogs. We don't allow dogs on the island.
Why?
Because back in the days, there was this little girl and her friend's dog. The little girl and her friend got into a fight, and her dog bit the little girl's arm off, as I heard of. So that's why we don't allow dogs on the island anymore.
Currently, the island is powered by a solar power station, making its residents completely energy independent. Everyone receives electricity from the sun and has large battery storage units that provide enough power for all their needs. However, in cases of prolonged cloudy days, natural disasters, or technical malfunctions, there is a backup diesel power station on the island. It activates whenever there are issues with the electricity supply, ensuring a stable power source. Palmerston is particularly interesting in terms of energy infrastructure. There's even central lighting along the pathways that run through the palm trees. This creates a comfortable environment for residents. Children can play football in well-lit areas in the evening, and the illuminated pathways make it easy to visit friends and move around after sunset.
And at the back is a little garden for the school kids.
What do you grow in the school?
We grow tomatoes, carrots, lettuce, cabbage, and cucumber. But I think our most common one is cucumber. It's just my 2 friends. They're being monkeys.
Here in the school, how many teachers? But it is some principal in school?
Yeah, that's my dad.
And who else?
2 teachers. Miss 50th, and Miss Mark.
And they have a contract for 1 year, or how it works?
Yeah. Like every 2 months.
Every 2 months? It's a new teacher, or?
Yeah, like rotation.
Rotation. They come for 2 months.
Yeah.
Each teacher.
Yeah, English teacher and math. It's the only subject we want to learn more about. Math and,
okay. Which language do you speak on island?
We speak English, but some of the people on the island, they speak Maori, Pukapukan, and sometimes Rarotonga Maori.
Is it many people who speak some ethnic languages?
There's some of the kids in the school who's trying to learn fluent Japanese and Chinese.
And do you have facility to learn Japanese, for example, here?
Yes.
You have a teacher, or how it works?
Some of the kids in the school, they come together as a group and we teach ourselves how to speak different languages.
Is it working? Did many people go to church?
Yes, sometimes. Just on Sunday.
But not like every Sunday?
Yes, pretty much every Sunday. But just like around 2 or 3 people don't show up.
So you have a priest here?
Yes, we have an automator. And this bell, it's from one of the shipwrecks that we have found. And William Marston and his 3 wives decided to bring it here. And we used it as the church bell. First son who built the house and we lived with them. And this building over here is the water catchment.
Is it enough water?
Yes.
That you get from the rain?
So we have 2 big tanks over here so we get our water. And yeah. So every single home, they have their own tanks. Well, when they need spare water, we come here or we go to the center, emergency management center, and we get water from there.
What is this building?
This is the house that my father and his brothers built. But the building in front of us, this is my uncle's building that he built with 3 years ago. He built this building, and once he built it, he left to go do some other work.
How many families lived here?
1, 2, 3, 4, around 7, I think. So the bush lots, they have a pig. So they took it to the islet, and since we have rats here, we wanted the red people, they told us to kill all animals, but we didn't want to kill any of them, so we took all our animals, chickens and pigs, and we took them to the motels. But the animals that we wanted to keep, we had to cage them or we had to kill them.
Palmerston has a cemetery where, starting with the first settler, William Marsters, all those who lived and passed away on the island over the years have been buried. The first person to settle on the island was Richard William Marsters. Born as Richard, he worked as a carpenter in the merchant fleet. In 1863, he arrived at Palmerston Atoll with his 2 Polynesian wives and decided to stay. A few years later, he took a 3rd wife, and this marriage turned out to be the most prolific. He fathered a total of 23 children. William Marsters was born in 1821 and passed away in 1899. For his time, he was considered a remarkable long liver. There are different versions of how William Marsters established his family on Palmerston. According to one, he arrived on the atoll in 1863 with 2 Polynesian wives and later took a 3rd. Another version suggests that all 3 wives were with him from the very beginning. Regardless of the details, it was his 3rd marriage that proved to be the most fruitful, producing the largest number of children. One way or another, this union laid the foundation for all of the island's current inhabitants, who still preserve the traditions established. The atoll was equally divided among 3 families. Interestingly, at that time, communication between the families was prohibited, perhaps to prevent conflicts, though the exact reason remains unknown. However, one rule was strictly enforced. Marriages within the same family were forbidden. People could only marry if they were not directly related. Even today, the islanders follow the rules established by William Marsters, who is considered their founding father. While he is not regarded as a saint, everyone on Palmerston knows the history of their atoll, and even the youngest children are taught the traditions from an early age. One of these long-standing traditions is to welcome all visitors arriving on the island. This includes offering free food, a guided tour, and warm hospitality. Historically, this was likely done to ensure that visitors would return in the future, possibly bringing supplies or even choosing to settle and marry into the community. This tradition of kindness and hospitality remains a core value of the island. Today, Palmerston is governed by a council of elders with 2 representatives from each family. The island has its own municipal administration, and anyone wishing to visit must first obtain special permission from the Cook Islands government. However, before that, visitors must send a letter to Palmerston itself to receive confirmation that their boat will be accepted. Otherwise, entry to the island is not permitted. All residents of Palmerston hold full Cook Islands citizenship, including access to education. However, the local schooling system is tailored to the specific needs of life on the atoll.
And this here is the clinic, the Palmerston Health Clinic.
Do you have a doctor here?
We have a nurse.
You have nurse.
Yes.
But in case of some really trouble, what do you do?
We tell the nurse what's happening, and from there she'll decide from the doctors who are in Rara.
And if the problem is really critical, what to do?
What to do? So
Helicopter or?
we use the boats. The boats that travel, they have this special boat called the Coco boat. It's the second one, and once we have something wrong on the island, they come pick us up the next day and they take us over to Rara and we get help there.
What is this type of boat? Some fast big boats?
Yes, it's a fast boat, but it's small.
So it's like a boat you have?
Not
Bigger.
really, but just a little bit bigger.
Bigger, okay. Sorry, what is this building?
The emergency management center.
Emergency is just in case of cyclones?
Yes.
If a hurricane passes through the island, this specially built shelter ensures the safety of the residents. The building is sturdy and can withstand even the strongest storms. It is equipped with portable beds to accommodate all the island's inhabitants during bad weather.
But right now, we got from Japan. We used it to build this building for emergencies and stuff.
But I mean, how many supply ships should come to bring that stuff? Because it's it's the whole big building.
Yeah, I think it took around 5 shipments to do this. So,
On the island, as many years ago, people are engaged in earning a living, as in all times. If they used to grow copra, the pulp of the coconut, now it has become economically less profitable. Therefore, the island's inhabitants are engaged in fishing. The main catch is parrotfish, which is gutted, cleaned, stored in freezers, and then sold to the Cook Islands. It can be said that the guys from Palmerston are the biggest suppliers of fish to all the hotels on the Cook Islands. This is their main source of income. Every few months, a supply ship arrives and trading companies buy the fish, providing money and necessary equipment for further work. Since the earnings are quite substantial, there is no poverty on the island. If engines, spare parts, or motorcycles are needed, they are purchased without any problems.
Do you often go to Rarotonga?
Not really, but I have been to Rarotonga once or twice, I think.
Do people from here go to travel somewhere?
Some of the people who used to live here, they went to travel for a while, and soon after they never came back.
But if you, for example, want to become veterinarian, you will have to go somewhere to learn this, right?
Yes, planning to go to New Zealand to learn, and then from there I will go to Australia to find a job.
Nice.
And now we're home.
So you really like the anime style, yeah?
So I made this one by myself
This is
and the rest.
beautiful.
So I made this.
Wow.
I made this. I made this. Most of them is just scrap work.
But still very talented.
And so on. Tried drawing fruits and stuff. And that's pretty much it.
You draw from your favorite cartoons?
So on. And then I think that's it.
Well, we will cook barbecue now.
Yes, maybe a little bit more to heat it up.
Should go now. Should. Alright. Pick it up. Pick it up. Okay, right early. Come on this side. You sit there. Mommy here. I sit close here. You don't sit far. I sit close. Okay, before we eat, we're gonna make a prayer for food. Bring the plate. Now it's on to me.
As I mentioned earlier, the main activity on the island is fishing. And in one part of the island, which faces the lagoon, there is an improvised fishing base. Here, boats and equipment are stored. And there is also the hull of an old yacht that crashed on the reef. Inside, it has been turned into a storage area for fishing nets and other necessary gear. Nearby, boats are kept in place. They are not taken away because this is their designated storage area. The boats are simply launched into the water, and in this part of the lagoon there is a convenient access point to the shore. This means there is no need to drag the boat over the reef. It can be loaded right away and used for fishing. Most of the fishing is done by setting nets in the channels. These nets primarily catch parrotfish. There is also a small metal boat similar to an alia type boat used for transporting small batches of fish. The catch is loaded into this boat. New nets are set up, and once the boat is full, it is transported to shore, unloaded, and the process repeats with the next batch of fish. There is plenty of fish, and most people on the island, except those involved in municipal work, are engaged in this trade.
The language that we call them monkeys.
Okay, okay.
Nephews.
Hey yo! What's up?
Hello.
Hello.
That was my friend I was telling you about him. Hi. His name
Hello.
So when you're gonna play football?
Hey guys, you guys wanna play? Play what? Play soccer.
Dina is here looking for sea cucumbers. Where? What's different here?
Well, these long ones, and over there are some that are quite thick.
But those are edible.
Over there more of those thick ones.
Do you think they eat them here?
Doesn't seem like it.
They eat normal food, but we should just ask them about this.
Spoiled.
Do they eat them at all? Let's ask
Well,
them.
by the way, I liked the girl, the little one. They know all the names and species of crayfish. And they know these names and all local birds' names. So I asked them,
Wow.
yes, I say,
Aren't you amazed by that?
what kind of bird is this? She's like, that fantail bird. I was like, wow, no way. And we collected so many different things on the beach with them. Sometimes I was like, what kind of skeleton is this? And one of them was like, this is a part of this crayfish. I didn't even know
I
that.
must point out that these are children here who live on the island, not like in
One is 13
Kenya.
years old and the other is 7. Moreover, they are so clever and their language is so clear. Their pronunciation and their speech is rich.
By the way,
Actually,
you know...
with such children, even if you're at the marina talking with kids from boats, they always have really good language skills, probably because they interact with adults a lot, enriched with turns of phrase and various words for each situation. But here the kids have an incredibly cool language.
Well, firstly, there is a very rich English heritage here, meaning not New Zealand's, but they have pure English and an English accent.
Yes, their pronunciation is very cool overall. The
Yes,
kids
and the
speak
children
super
here are
clearly.
developed just like in Kenya. If they ask children, even adults, what kind of bird is this, they're like that.
Black.
And then you look and see what it is. A black bird, you say, but it has a name. And they suggested they suggested if they say konguru,
A seed is
konguru
found,
is a crow.
and she knows which tree this seed is from. She directly names it, saying what it is doing there, because this tree is not here, it's somewhere on the other side. Well, in general, they know every tree and every bird here. The kids are awesome. I really like them.
Walk the path of dreams, break through each and every trial. Let no storm or loss take down your strength or steal your smile. Step with steady feet, despite the stumbles and the sighs. Leave behind the doubts and all the pointless cries.
So folks, here we are at the end of our stay.
Our time on this wonderful Palmerston atoll has come to an end. This atoll has exhausted itself, and perhaps let me draw some conclusions. In my opinion, this is the most controversial atoll, the most controversial place we have been to. Because on the one hand, people have the opportunity to develop, and on the other hand, as usual in any society, there are fundamentalists who don't give a push to this development, and they want everything to stay the way it was before. On one hand, that's good because people have the right to choose, and they're trying to preserve their little piece of nature in a way that feels comfortable for them. But on the other hand, they are giving life to a new generation who, having the opportunity here, like the internet, communication, and in general, relatives who live in society, dream of leaving here as soon as possible, and usually very few come back. That's why this is actually a very difficult question, because we are guests here and we really have no right to tell people how to live. Well, of course, we don't do that. But this is a very serious reason to think about what is right and what is wrong. When, in my opinion, I live alone and I live for myself. Yes, of course. That's right. When I live with someone who shares with me the way I live, for example, the way Dina and I live. Yes, that's right. I make decisions. I take responsibility for all of us. When I am responsible for those, let's say, for the children who need to be given a future so that they can be a part of this world, probably here, showing selfishness is out of place. And we need to think about how to make it so that a person becomes, how to make a person become a part of modern society, because it became a part of modern society. Because the kids definitely won't live here. In general, serious question about this question. It's worth thinking about what's right, because we don't have a definite answer, even though we've seen a lot. Well, friends, tomorrow we set out. We have 400 nautical miles ahead of us as we head to the next little island. This small country is one of the smallest, if not the smallest, in the world. New Island has a population of 2,000 people. At most, there are people living there, and we plan by chance to get there. Make sure to subscribe to the channel soon. Subscribe to the channel, check the bell, and leave a comment. I think there's a lot to talk about here, a lot to reflect on. See you later.